Hello everyone and welcome back to another home vlog. I'm not gonna lie, it actually kind of feels nice to, be back, talking to the camera, bringing you guys these videos from home, temporary housing location. And over the months, I've kind of embraced my Disney foodie trait. And I felt like there was no better Disney rod way of coming back to my home videos than with the dining review. And what better way to jump back into the dining reviews than with the restaurant that completely blew me and my expectations out of the water. I'm talking about California Grill. Now, in our most recent adventure together, me and my family went to California Grill twice, for dinner and for brunch. You can find both of those vlogs in the I button in the corner right about here. Now, me and my family, before going to California Grill, we never went to a signature dining location ever. And so we started looking at other people going and other dining reviews. And I set my standards pretty high. I mean, I saw all these amazing reviews of other people, and I'm like, I've had some really good experiences in regular table service restaurants, so it's gonna be the quality of a signature dining location. So I set my standards pretty high, and California Grill exceeded all of my expectations by a mile. I'm not gonna lie, ever since I've been there, I've been dying over this restaurant and just talking wonders about it to everyone, and it easily takes my #1 spot in the best table service restaurants at Walt Disney World. Now, just like my previous dining reviews, I'm gonna talk about the food, the service, and the atmosphere. I'm gonna give each a score out of 10. But I also wanna include something extra into this. I wanna talk about the value of the restaurant and whether it's worth it or not. Now, I'm not gonna give this a score out of 10, but I'm just gonna talk about it at the end. So, let's jump right into it and let's start talking about the food. Now, I'm gonna first talk about dinner, then I'm gonna talk about brunch. I wanna go there right now. So me and my family, we went in dinner. We had a deluxe dining plan. So we were able to get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, which is a lot of food. It was a lot, but definitely worth it. And we were able to try some new things that we probably would have never been able to try if we just went with the regular dining plan. I started off my dining experience with the charcuterie board. Now, charcuterie board is $24, and it is one of the more expensive charcuterie boards you're gonna find on property. But it was so good. I mean, oh my god, that bison sausage that you could find on the charcuterie board is on a whole nother level of cured meats. I mean, it is amazing. The salami and the Belgian beer sausage were up there as well. It is amazing. There were two that, didn't convince me that much, but those three, I would definitely go back and get it again just for the bison sausage. And as of right now, I'm trying to decide which one is my favorite out of the charcuterie boards, whether the bison sausage in the charcuterie board here in California Grill or the duck bacon from Yaxman Steakhouse. But regardless, it's up there, it's amazing, and I highly recommend it if you're going. For dinner, I got the filet mignon with a red wine reduction sauce and aged Gouda macaroni and cheese. Yes, it tastes just as good as it sounds. It's amazing. I mean, cue my face after trying the filet mignon. And now, cue my face after trying the Gouda macaroni and cheese. I want to eat right now. Filet mignon is my favorite cut of steak, and they perfected it. The only steak that beats that filet mignon from California Grill, it just edges it by a little bit, is the filet mignon from Gico. I'll get into that in a future dining review when I talk about Gico. But they're like right there, and California Grill's filet mignon is amazing. I asked for a medium rare, it came out medium rare. It was cooked perfectly, seasoned perfectly. That red wine reduction sauce paired with it amazingly and just gave it an amazing taste. The aged Gouda macaroni and cheese is the best macaroni and cheese I have ever had in my life. It's just like multiple levels. So good. And to top it all off, I had one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life, which is the warm Verona chocolate cake. This chocolate cake, now I've had a lot of chocolate cakes in my life, especially in this vacation and on the cruise. I mean, on the cruise, they have like 20 different types of chocolate cakes. I think I had them all. This one was one of the best I've ever had in my life. It is amazing, really good, dark, rich chocolate. That panna cotta that came with it was amazing, and I would go back and eat 20 of those cakes if I can. It was that good. Now, in the dinner menu alone, there are other things that I would love to give a try. I would love to try the sashimi. My dad got the sashimi and he said it was spectacular. It was one of the best things he's ever had and it looked really good, and I honestly regret not trying it. In the appetizer menu, I'd also like to give a try to that goat cheese ravioli. I've heard wonders about it. Everyone talks about it and everyone ranks it as one of the best appetizers on Walt Disney World property. It looks good and it looks amazing, and I would love to give it a try one day. Now let's talk about the food that you could find at Brunch. Now Brunch is a little bit different. It has a buffet and an a la carte menu, which, you know, everything's included, so you could get food from the buffet and you could order from the a la carte menu whatever you want, however many you want, and it's a lot of food, definitely worth it. We'll get into that in the value section. Now, at the beginning of the buffet, there's this baba station. Now, baba is like this cake thing with a bourbon sauce on top and I think like cornflake. It's hard to explain. It was hard to explain back then when I was eating it. It's even harder to explain it now. But trust me on what I'm telling you, it is amazing. It was one of the best things that I had in that brunch, and I could have like 20 of those if I could right now. Now the buffet itself has a wide variety of amazing foods. You know, you can find deviled eggs, you can find charcuterie and cheeses, you could find sushi, you could find smoked salmon. Huge variety of food, and it was really, really, really good. I had a bunch of that charcuterie because it was on a whole nother level as well. I think some of the meats that were in the charcuterie section are in the charcuterie board in dinner. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And now let's talk about the food items you can find in the a la carte menu. Yes, first one that I want to talk about is the pineapple coconut stuffed French toast. It sounds awesome and it tastes even better. So when I was reading the menu, I already knew I wanted that. I mean, I was looking at the menu before we went and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that pineapple coconut stuffed French toast because I love pineapple, I love coconut, I love French toast. Combine it all together, I mean, how can it go wrong? And I was not disappointed at all. My first impressions of the dish, you know, I was there expecting, you know, a decent sized piece of French toast with pineapple and coconut. And then they bring me the biggest piece of French toast that has ever existed on the face of the earth. I mean, seriously, I think that thing could win awards just by its size alone. It was huge. And the flavor was huge as well. I mean, it was spectacular. You got a really strong taste of pineapple. So that is kind of the taste that you get the most out of it. But you do get the hints of coconut. You get that taste of French toast in there. Combined all together, it was spectacular. The other menu item that I ordered was steak and eggs. Now, steak and eggs is a basic breakfast item. It is. But California Grill, being California Grill, elevated it to like the next levels. I mean, they got the steak and eggs and just blast off, all right, to like Mars. I mean, that's where that thing is. I am not kidding when I tell you that was the best steak and eggs I've ever had in my life. I mean, the steak alone was one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. The steak was cooked perfectly, it was seasoned amazingly, had an amazing taste, and then that chimichurri sauce that comes on top of it just elevates the taste to another level. Then the eggs itself are just simply spectacular. You get the steak, dip it in the yolk. Oh, best way to start the day. And finally, you reach dessert. Now desserts, they just come in a plate that they set in the middle of the table for everyone in your party. And it has things like macarons, it has pastries, it has like little gummy things. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't to the standards of other things that you could find in the brunch. Honestly, I would settle for the baba for dessert rather than the things that they bring you. Now, don't get me wrong, the quality of the desserts are good. I'm not a huge fan of macarons, and the one that I had was really good. So I would still eat them, but I would prefer the baba for the dessert, honestly. So for the out of this world food that you can find in California Grill, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And that's because I refrained myself from giving it an 11 out of 10. You know, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about giving it an 11 out of 10, but I just wanted to stay within the range. But it deserves an 11. Now let's move on to the service of California Grill. I have to say, I received some of the best service I've ever received in my life. I feel like service is a very important aspect of your dining experience, and California Grill, I'm pretty sure knows that, and they just elevate their services to a whole nother level. I mean, I know I keep on saying that they're on another level. It's because they are. Our main waitress for dinner was outstanding. I mean, she was always there. She was constantly refilling our drinks. She was making sure everything was okay. And my favorite thing was, she waited for all of us to finish our appetizers before bringing out the entrees. And she waited for all of us to finish our entrees before bringing out the dessert. It was a slower paced dinner, which I absolutely love. I love, you know, taking my time in dining experiences, and she knew that. And when you come to think of it, I mean, me and my family, we showed up about 30 minutes before the restaurant closed, and they were still taking their time with us and just making sure that our dining experience was amazing, and it was awesome. Another really cool thing about this was, you know, she had like a little like mini shovel. I have no idea what it actually is. I'm calling it like a little mini like shovel, right? And she would scoop up the crumbs on our table to make sure that our table was always clean. And I know it's such a dumb, small thing to be shocked about, but it just took me by surprise, and it was awesome. I mean, still to this day, I'm like, what? That's awesome. And our waiter for brunch was exactly the same. He was always there. He was making sure that everything was okay. He was talking with us, talking about our vacation, making sure we were having a good time and all of that. Another small little detail that continues to stand out, there are bottomless mimosas in brunch. And when they first give it to you, like they have like boba balls in the bottom. My sister and my mom, they asked for more. Like they asked for extra ones so that they could put it into their drinks. And they brought it for us. Our server, he served it in like a little like cup, and he brought us more. And it's those little things that stand out, and they're super small, but they add up, and they make the service and the cast member interaction far better, and that makes your dining experience even better than it already is. So for the outstanding service that you can find at California Grill, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of a possible 10. Again, deserves an 11, but I'm only giving it a 10. Now let's move on to the atmosphere, and I have to say the atmosphere in California Grill is almost unparalleled. When you first step out of the elevator and look at the restaurant and see the beautiful design, the decorations all around, it takes your breath away, because it is such an amazing and beautifully designed restaurant. And then you reach the window and you have that amazing view of Magic Kingdom. Ah man, it's something special. That view of Magic Kingdom, it's unparalleled. It really is, both during the day and during the night. So because we were there during Christmas, you know, you had the castle all lit up and the decorations, and it looks amazing. Tomorrowland looks beautifully lit up, and Tomorrowland's my favorite land, so being able to see it from a brand new point of view, it was awesome. Trust me when I'm telling you, it truly is something special. But what I feel makes the atmosphere stand out even more is the view of the fireworks that you get. Whether you're sitting in your table eating your dinner and seeing the fireworks, or going out to the bridge that they have right next to California Grill for California Grill guests only, I mean, that is a firework viewing that is unparalleled, and it is amazing. So for the breathtaking atmosphere of California Grill, again, I wanted to give it an 11 out of 10, but I'm just gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for this. So that brings the total score to 30 out of 30, or 10 out of a possible 10. But it should be 33 out of 30 and 11 out of 10. So now I wanted to talk about the value of the restaurant. Is it worth it? California Grill is a really expensive restaurant. Me alone, if I go paying and I get the same things that I got when I was on the dining plan, I'm spending $100, and that's not including the rest of my party. That is a lot for a restaurant. And brunch, it's not any better. It is $95 per person, and everything's included. It's just a little bit on the expensive side, just a little. But with that being said, I would gladly spend all that money to go to California Grill. It's a culinary experience when you go. It is something that you will never experience at any other restaurant. I'm telling you, California Grill brunch is the best culinary experience I've ever had in my life. And I promise you it'll be one of the best you'll ever have as well. And I've been to Palo Brunch on the Disney cruise. So is it expensive? Yes. But is it worth it? 100%. And I'm definitely going back to California Grill multiple times in the future, gladly. And it's amazing. It truly is. Let me know in the comments below what you think about California Grill and whether or not you agree with my rating. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button and hit subscribe. I upload a brand new video every Wednesday. Thank you for being part of the Disney family, and see you real soon.